Hello everybody, my name is Ashmita. Welcome to Parichaya UPSC. And as you guys know, we discuss the PIB news and GK Today news, current affairs, and in future we might also discuss the Hindu. So as of now, today the date is 25th June. Actually it is 26th June, but I am recording for 25th June. So the news will be of 25th June. Okay, let's see. So we have the most important news today for the purpose of static, and that is provisional estimates of annual gross domestic product GDP for 2025-26 and quarterly estimates of GDP for fourth quarter. Lots of jargon. I don't know if you guys understand. I will discuss this in the last because this is the lengthiest topic of the day. So this is the main news. Put it aside. We will just see everything upar se, because as we've seen, every video is going up to almost an hour, and that is headache for you also to watch and for me also to teach, because 1 hour is too much, right? But information is like that, UPSC is like that, there is no end to any information. So that is a problem, but we have to overcome such kind of problems. Okay, let's see the next news. Officer trainees, I don't care in the sense it's not very important as far as I believe, but something can be important for someone else, you never know. Anyway, let's see next one. Vice President Shri C.P. Radhakrishnan releases book on Bhavaiya folk tradition. This is important. So there is a book. Okay, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, we'll do that here. Yeah. So Vice President Shri C.P. Radhakrishnan calls for preservation of culture, blah blah blah. Bharat is one and shall remain one forever. You can use it as your mains quotation somewhere. So he released a book today called Sanskriti Ratna Bhandar, Bhavaiyor Itibritto. Bhavaiya, a cultural treasure and its historical journey, is what has happened, and it was authored by Dr. Jayanta Kumar Roy and Miss Sangeeta Roy. So that is important. So in the sense it was released at Uparashtrapati Bhavan, authored by Jayanta Kumar Roy and Sangeeta Roy. So this might be an SSC question. Most probably will not be asked in UPSC. So what is Bhavaiya is important. What UPSC might ask is the Bhavaiya. What SSC might ask is the authors. So now we have to see what is Bhavaiya. So it is actually a traditional dance. It's a traditional dance form, folk dance, I think. You can watch videos, but they might be asking you the description, random description as well. You can see the themes. Songs are primarily sung from women perspective, marginalized labor like Mahishal and Bodhya. So you can see these words in your question paper of UPSC. Next we have Bhavaiya and Chatka. There are two types of music. Bhavaiya is melancholic, sad. Chatka, in the name itself you can see it is faster, skipping tempo. Musicality is on Dotara. Dotara is an instrument, so Dotara also you are required to know. And the community that follows this tradition is the Koch Rajbanshi. Koch Rajbanshi is important for Bhavaiya. Okay, this should be enough, but you never know. So you can't keep on reading everything that happens in the world. So we'll see the next one. Governor of Gujarat meets Prime Minister. Is it anything important? No, nothing seems important. Who's the governor? Acharya Devrat. Okay, Acharya Devrat means PM Modi. Nothing important. Nothing important. Next, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of Netherlands meets the Prime Minister. So is there any treaty? Are we signing anything related to meet? Why did they meet? Who is also the UN Secretary General, Special Advocate for Financial Health and long-standing global voice for financial inclusion. So they discussed India's digital public infrastructure. So what is the conclusion of this meeting? So you can also see that Netherlands actually has a queen. So let us see the political system of Netherlands. Leave it. System of Netherlands. Let us see. It is a monarchy, like the British. British is a parliamentary monarchy. So we have a monarch, that is King Wilhelm Alexander. He's the official head of the state. The government is prime minister. So it is similar to us. They have House of Representatives and Senate as well. So this is very similar to, I mean, not us in the sense, it is similar to England, where they have a monarch. Let us see, is it similar to UK? Yes, the Dutch political system is conceptually similar to UK because both are constitutional monarchies with parliamentary democracies. So this is the word, constitutional monarchy with parliamentary democracy is the word. They have the crown, head of the government, and bicameral parliaments. Okay, so let's see, any agreement, any new word? No. Ease of living. Okay, they talked about ease of living and digital public infrastructure. So digital public infrastructure is nothing but your Aadhaar and other infrastructure that is needed for the purpose of internet. Okay, let's see that also. Why not? What's digital public infra? I'm searching it here itself because it'll just save time for us. As people search anyway, they search, they read, they make notes, and they pretend like it's their own knowledge, but obviously every teacher Googles and gives the information. I'm just Googling it in front of you, no pretense. So the set of foundational, so digital public infrastructure refers to a set of foundational, open and interoperable digital platform that allows governments and businesses to deliver essential services. So it is foundational, open, interoperable digital platforms that allows governments and businesses for delivering services like Aadhaar. Simple. As I told you, Aadhaar. So we have digital identity layer, digital payment layer, and digital exchange layer. So identity layer is Aadhaar, we know. Payment is the UPI system, we know. And what is data exchange layer? Secure consent based network that uses different governments and private information shares safely without compromising. Okay, so we have real world examples as well. India Stack. This is the world's most extensive DPI model which integrates Aadhaar, UPI and DigiLocker. It's the three pillars. Then we have X-Road in Estonia and Brazil has PIX. Enough guys. Estonia, Brazil, India Stack. What is DPI? Interoperability, open set of foundational, open, interoperable digital platforms that allow governments to deliver services to citizen. That is all. Very simple. Okay, let's go for the next one. Prime Minister shares article on how emergency affected. Okay, why is emergency in the news? Was it on 25th June that it happened? Today is also Constitution Hatya Day, as I remember. Is it Constitution Hatya Day? Constitution Hatya Day. Okay, Hatya Day is fine. Yes, it is today, Constitution Hatya Day, because the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi announced the national emergency on the night of June 25th, 1975. So it's been 50 years, right? 50 years. This is 51st year, I guess. So this is also called as Samvidhan Hatya Divas. Okay. So that is why it's in the news. Next, Mr. Andy Gassi meets PM. Who's Andy Gassi? CEO of Amazon. Oh my god, I didn't even know that. CEO of Amazon is Andy Gassi. Okay, this is news for me. I was in a delusion that it is still Jeff Bezos, but it is not. So it is Andy Gassi. So all of you guys, please remember, the CEO of Amazon is Andy Gassi. So while we are at it, why don't we just Google other CEOs of Amazon, Meta, Fang, etc. list. So the AI just gives it to us. I don't have to think much. So you can see Amazon, it is Andy Gassi. Meta is Mark Zuckerberg. Apple is Tim Cook. Didn't Tim Cook resign? Didn't Tim Cook resign? And Tim Cook resign. But it does not officially take effect until September 1st. All right. And the new CEO will be John Ternus. Okay. John Ternus will be the new CEO of Apple Co. Alphabet is Sundar Pichai. Microsoft is Satya Nadella, two Indians. Netflix is Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos. Nvidia is Jensen Huang. And Tesla is Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk became the first human to reach the 1 trillion mark of wealth, and it was gone soon after, and it'll be fluctuating based on the prices of the stocks of his companies. So PM condoles the loss of lives in Kolkata. This is not important. I just saw what happened. It's not important in the sense you have to know what is the mishap anyway. Let us see. What is the mishap? What happened? What is it? My God. I don't even know what it is. Today, what happened? Oh my God, Kolkata under construction warehouse collapse. So I searched this because I wanted to let you people know that in such cases, this is how do you write an answer based on the accident? So if it was a natural disaster, the question will be based on natural disasters, then you can use it as an example. So now if it is industrial, this talks about the carelessness, the lack of safety measures, the flouting of labor rules. All of that comes under labor laws. So you have to write your answer accordingly based on the news. So you're somehow required to know. Next, earthquake in Venezuela. So Venezuela, we have to know where is Venezuela, what's the capital of Venezuela, why is there an earthquake in Venezuela, and what's the magnitude. I read news in the evening. It said that around 150 people died and 1,000 people were injured. This was in the evening. I don't know currently. So let me just show you Venezuela wiki. This is the capital, who's the head, everything. Also known as Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, is a country in Southern America, various islets in Caribbean Sea. So it is also on the edge of the South African plate and the Caribbean plate. That is why there is earthquake. Plate tectonics image. If the image comes, I can show you. So you can clearly see Venezuela is right here, and you can see the Caribbean plate is converging with the South American plate, and that is why there is an earthquake. Let me just show you Venezuela as well. See, this is Venezuela, the exact same spot, right? So what's the capital of Venezuela? Oh, I forgot. See, I told you we keep forgetting. What is the capital, guys? Oh no, I forgot the capital. Venezuela capital. Where is it? Oh, I have to search now. Venezuela. Caracas. Okay. The capital of Venezuela is Caracas. Since we are at it, let's just see South America. countries and capitals, because this might be a matching question. So Argentina, Buenos Aires, Bolivia, Sucre. There are two, so all the best. Brazil, Brasilia, Chile, Santiago, Colombia, Bogota. I remember Colombia and Bogota because both has two O's. Ecuador is Kyoto because again Ecuador has O and Kyoto has O. Guyana is Georgetown, GG. Paraguay is Asuncion. Peru is Lima because four letters. Suriname is Paramaribo. Suriname and Paramaribo, they have too many syllables. Uruguay is Montevideo and Venezuela is Caracas. Just remember, guys. Venezuela, Caracas, Uruguay, Montevideo, etc. So Caracas, and what is their government? They speak Spanish. Christians. The government is Federal Presidential Republic under authoritarian dictatorship. Oh yeah, man, the Venezuelan president was practically kidnapped. What happened to that? I forgot his name. Venezuela president detained by Trump. Yes, the president Nicolas Maduro and his wife were detained during an overnight military. And what happened after that? Where are they? They are currently held at Metropolitan Detention in Brooklyn, where they are facing federal charges for narco-terrorism and drug trafficking. Okay, that happened. So who's the current president? So this is very important actually. Delcy Rodriguez is the current president. This is a female, Delcy Rodriguez, and I think the woman who won Nobel Peace Prize from Venezuela gave it off to Trump. Yes, Maria Corina Machado is the opposition leader and democracy activist, was awarded Nobel Prize because she is in the opposition fighting against Maduro. Once Maduro was detained by America, she gave the award to Trump as honor, but it doesn't matter because it was awarded to her, so Trump just can put it as a showpiece somewhere. So right now it is Delcy Rodriguez, the president. Anyway, that is all. We might launch an operation maybe, but Venezuela is too far to launch an operation, so we'll see what they'll do. No, you don't need that. C protocol, you don't need that. Ministry of Aviation and DIAL. What is DIAL? Delhi International Airport Limited launched Air Suvidha 2.0, an upgraded contactless passenger health self-declaration portal to strengthen public health surveillance. Okay, that is all, guys. Just remember, public health surveillance, Air Suvidha. So they will give you Air Suvidha and ask what it does. So the keywords are important. It is contactless passenger health self-declaration portal. This is in concern of ongoing Ebola cases from Africa. So yes, Air Suvidha for contactless passenger health self-declaration. DPIIT notifies transition facilitation. You don't need that. But DPIIT, Department of Program Implementation and Industrial Technology. I don't know. No. It's not program implementation. MOSPI is program implementation. DPIIT. Yesterday only we read. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Okay. DPIIT, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, not international, internal. Department of Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade. All right. MOSPI is statistic and program implementation. Anyway. Okay. Tracks with export councils and industry associations. Okay, we'll do good exports. APEDA facilitates first biscuit export shipment. You don't need that. To Oman over India Oman SEPA. So you're required to know the static of India Oman SEPA, and you don't have to know every detail of what happens after that. APEDA, you have to know what is APEDA, you have to know what is India Oman SEPA. So let's see what is APEDA, Agricultural Development Authority. Yes, Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Agricultural Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Okay. When was it established? No information. We don't have any information. No Wikipedia. Okay, we'll leave it there. So what happened? First commercial sea shipment of Banganapalli mangoes from India to Singapore. So this is interesting because Japan had banned Indian mangoes, so Singapore is taking it. I mean, I'm not saying they're taking the banned mangoes. I think these are different mangoes of better quality and standard. Next, Department of Telecommunication and Intra-Circle Roaming in 4 districts. Okay, we don't need that. No, we don't need that. We don't need this. Ground level insight. 8th in National Conference. We don't need that. Samvidhan Hatya we've discussed. IFG's final operation. Okay. What's Netra? We are required to know what's Netra. DRDO has achieved significant milestone with handling over a final operation clearance of indigenous Netra airborne early warning and control system to Indian Air Force. So do we know what it is? Early warning control system on EMB 145I aircraft is hereby accorded. Okay, good that you guys are doing this. But what is it? Netra airborne early warning control. Airborne early warning control. What is it? I understand that, but what is it? Like, how does it work? I don't know, bro. Gallium nitride. My god. Why is there gallium nitride? And how does it work? The newest iteration of Netra system features advanced active electronically scanned array radars powered by gallium nitride. This is important, guys. Just remember, I'm taking a screenshot because this is so random that it is important. So radar scans, surveillance, command. So it's the same thing. It works as a radar only, but I think it is just more accurate than other radars. Okay. Next, key laying ceremony. Okay. Next gen OPV for IC. What is all of this? Looks like gibberish. Okay. Key laying ceremony of 6 next generation offshore patrol vehicles. Okay. Being built by Mazagaon dock shipbuilders for Indian Coast Guard. Okay, good. New patrol ships. Very good. Safety is good, especially on the western coast where Arabian Sea, Strait of Hormuz matter is happening. National Teachers Award. Okay. Calendar for auction of good garment of. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, this is static as hell. Very, 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 very important static. I will discuss for sure. or maybe I'll just make another video, because one video is just getting very lengthy to discuss everything. So maybe I'll just do one video for the headlines and then another video for deeper discussion of the topics. Okay. So Government of India in consultation with RBI hereby releases the calendar for treasury bills. Treasury bills are nothing but the bills on which government takes loans. They're also called G-Secs and also called gold gilded bonds. Okay. 90 also we have many types: 91 days, 182 days and 364. This is for the money market. The borrowing happens from money market, and this is a tool for the Government of India to borrow money, because government is foolproof. They are called gold gilded bonds as well. Okay, next. Union Ministry, Welfare, Jan Vishwas reforms. Okay, Union Ministry expands QR based, we don't need that. Okay, we've discussed this. Heavy bid submission, okay, we don't need that. Okay, there's a rare earth permanent magnet scheme. Okay, just remember that there is a rare earth permanent magnet scheme in India. I'll tell you some other time if I find any significance. Okay, there is something called let's see. Ministry of Jal Shakti extends the timeline for citizen feedback on Jal Sanchay and Jan Bhagidari. What is this? Jan Andolan through active portal. What is all this? Jan Bhagidari. Okay, I'll discuss later. This seems like important news. Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Okay, we don't need that. Special drive long pending cases. Yes, we discussed yesterday. MSME Day, Udyami Bharat on 27th at to preside over MSME Day on 27th. I think 27th we haven't reached yet. So when it will happen, we'll see. National Youth Awards, we don't care. 37th webinar for National Good Governance. You have to know what is good governance. And there is a theme. So sustainability and replication of the awarded initiatives under PMA is the theme, guys, for National Good Governance webinar. And we also have a Good Governance Day. So good governance comes mainly under mains answer writing. They'll ask you a direct question, what is good governance? And maybe they'll ask you the difference between good governance and e-governance. And there are differences and there are convergences also. So you'll have to write both of them based on the question anyway. Government restores non-domestic packed LPG supplies to pre-crisis level. Very good. Amazing. I'll discuss that. India hosts the 11th BRICS Energy meeting. We discussed it yesterday. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Okay. So there is 154th Foundation Day of Mumbai Port Authority. So you can see 154 years. Mumbai Port Authority presents 63 projects worth 5,000 crores. Occupies a special space. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Together we can. Okay, nobody's gonna ask you this theme. If they do, I do not know, man. Just means I don't know anything. Next, Ministry of Skill Development announces Kaushal Mahotsav Warangal. Okay, good. Nice. Shatayu dashboard expands caregivers. What is Shatayu? Shatayu. Okay. I read it as Jatayu, but okay. Shatayu is senior holistic care assistance and training for your utility dashboard. Provides platform to all trained geriatric. Geriatric means older people plus 60 plus 70. Okay. Caregivers to register themselves. Where is it? Oh, we lost it. Is to register themselves on the dashboard for providing the services to needy seniors. So it's basically an app that has, usually these portals are places where you can find various things. You can search things. So government has been very actively making various portals. We also had an ERP portal recently. We discussed in another video. But again, Drishti ERP, HRISTI, Drishti ERP portal. But again, as I told you, we keep forgetting. Yes, the NAFED, National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, launched the Drishti Inventory Management and ERP portal to digitize pulses and oil seeds. So you have to remember what exactly is for what. So Drishti is for pulses and oil seeds. Drishti is for inventory management and ERP is for digitizing pulses and oilseed operations. They also released something else. Why is only one info? Yes, navfex.in. Yes, this is the auction portal. Drishti is for inventory of pulses and ERP is for strengthening enterprise resource planning. Okay, ERP is enterprise resource planning. So Drishti is for inventory management of pulses and oil seeds. So that might be a question. They will directly ask you. Drishti is for rice and wheat. That is wrong. So you have to remember. Then this is Shatayu by any ministry. Which ministry is doing this? Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shatayu. We will immediately think that it is Health Ministry, but it is not. Flash report, MOSPI 20th Statistic Day. So Statistic Day, if there is a theme, you will require to remember. Unlocking the potential of administrative data. Unlocking the potential of administrative data. These will be your direct questions in the exam. India Steel Record, My Bharat to launch Nasha Mukti quiz because tomorrow is international, that is 26th is International Day Against Drug Abuse. Prime Minister, National Doping Test Laboratory, Combined Section Officer, competitive exam, very good. India on the move. Okay, we have discussed the main headlines. That is good. Then, so let's see what's happening with the GK today. NASA rover detects complex, this is for the date of June 25th, as you can see. NASA rover detects complex carbon molecules on Mars. So that means there is life. That is all. So what rover is important? The rover's name is Perseverance. Carbon into Martian mudstones. The samples came from Bright Angel outcrop in Neretva Valleys. Nobody's gonna ask you this. Just have to know that there is one rover currently working, that is the Perseverance. Again, that becomes your static key. Which aircraft, which spacecraft had taken it. So let us just see what's there. Perseverance rover history. You can see the Perseverance rover, nicknamed Percy, landed on Mars on Feb 18th at the Octavia E. Butler landing in the Jezero crater. It's in the Jezero crater. And what information do we have? Did they tell anything else? It's the first ever powered controlled flight. Another is deploying Ingenuity helicopter. Chayawa Falls discovered a puzzling rock named Chayawa Falls in the Sapphire Canyon. Okay, they didn't ask anything. Anything else isn't mentioned. So I think that is all you're required to know. Active rovers on Mars, please, and other planets if they are. Let us see what we get. 2 active rovers are exploring Mars and 0 active rovers on other planets. So what are the 2? It is the Perseverance and Curiosity. So you might have to know Perseverance is in Jezero crater. You can remember because Perseverance has so many E's. Jezero also has extra E's. So that is one thing. Next you have the Curiosity. It is in the Gale crater. It is very old, August 2012. They spent 13 years scaling the Mount Sharp to study how Martian climate habitability shifted. Note, China's Zhurong River, which landed in 2021, permanently lost power. That is all. Okay, well, we'll see next news. Where is it? That is all. Next, government notifies 318 workers under rural employee framework. 318 works. Okay, there are 318 works under your VBG Ramji now, which was previously called MG Narega. Now it is called VBG Ramji. Yes, Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivaka Mission, Grameen Act 2025. So there are 318 permissible works where you can get money from. So did they give any example? Consultation administrative processes, state level and union territory levels. MG Narega was enacted in 2025, and exactly after 20 years the name was changed, and now it is VBG Ramji. Previously it was 100 days, now it is 125 days. You can remember 25, it happened in 2025, so it's 125 days. You can remember it that way. The center announced deployment of over 100 area officers across the country. Okay, for transition support. Very good. What else? What state issues? Karnataka has issue over revised funding pattern, which changes the state ratio from 90:10 to 60:40. Okay, this is very, very important. This is a main point. So from 90:10 to 60:40 is very problematic, because that is putting an extra 30% of burden on the state exchequer, which will be very problematic currently, because already states are under a lot of loans. They take a lot of loans, they take a lot of borrowings, and now this will only increase the borrowings, and eventually it will culminate into increasing of budget deficit in Indian GDP as well. So okay, so was chaired by Rural Development Secretary Rohit Kansal, representatives from 18 ministries. Okay, that is all. We'll go for next news. Where you don't have to remember the 318 works, but just have a rough estimate. There are 300 plus permissible works that gives money under your VBG Ramji scheme. Okay, India restores air suvidha for Ebola affected. We already talked about this. It is self. You can tell. You can do it on your own on the portal that you can tell about your health status. You can not enumerate. You can just tell it on your own. Self-declaration form before deboarding, and records a 21-day travel exposure history. Yes, so it is an online portal for people traveling abroad because of the Ebola concerns. Ebola was declared a public health emergency by the WHO, World Health Organization. So Ebola, now you have to talk about Ebola as well. So Ebola is a virus disease belonging to the family Filoviridae, and Democratic Republic of Congo has recorded multiple Ebola outbreaks. So you have to know where is the Democratic Republic of Congo as well. So you see there's a lot of information. Where is DRC, what is Ebola, what is the family, and we're talking about this Air Suvidha portal also. So which ministry is taking care of it? Again, it's Ministry of Aviation, Ministry of Health is involved. So lots of information there. Passport not proof of citizenship, government reiterates. This actually makes sense. Okay, like it did receive backlash on the internet, but passport cannot actually be a proof of citizenship. This is a legal problem. This is the wording problem. There are various cases also. There is one case with Sarbanand Sonowal, who is also the Minister of Ports right now. He had a case against someone in 2005, and even during that case it was said that passport cannot be a proof of citizenship. So what is a proof of citizenship is again given in some other court case. The burden of proving the citizenship is on the citizen itself through birth certificate or some other method, but Aadhaar card is not proof of citizenship, and so is your passport is just a travel document. It is not a proof of citizenship. Again, you can think, because I think, how many people have passport in India? I think only 10% people have. Let me just check. What is there? what percent of people have passport in India? Must be very less. See, I told you it is not even 10%. So, how can you say that a document which only 10% of people in India have, you can't declare it as a proof of citizenship? That is not going to work. So, here the government is on the right side only. This is a legal problem, this is a process problem, it is a rules problem. So, this is fine. Next one, sea drones emerge as key defense technology. Okay, do we have any names? Sea drones are called as unmanned maritime systems. So, maritime systems are naval platforms. So, nothing. This is unmanned surface vessel. It's on the surface, unmanned surface vessel. And UAVs are also called as drones, which are unmanned aerial vehicles. There are so many unmanned aerial vehicles, so many types of drones. So what is a drone? Basically, it's basically unmanned. You use a robot, you use the remote, in the sense not exactly a remote, but it is controlled externally. That is a drone. So do we have any names? If we have any names, then we have to remember. Okay, US Special Forces in Philippines tested Ukraine developed Magura class USV. Okay, Magura. Remember, Magura class. This will be a direct question. What is Magura class? This is a USV. This is an unmanned surface vessel. Okay, you have to remember. They'll directly ask a matching question. They'll just give the name and bolo ki match kar lo. So you'll have to remember that. Something else is also there during exercise Salaknib. The US Army used solar powered drone boats. Okay. We don't know what is Salaknib as well. At RIMPAC 2026, which runs from blah 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 and involves 31 nations. Havoc planned to demonstrate autonomous. Okay. So you can see what is RIMPAC here. Okay, RIMPAC is the Rim of Pacific exercise, one of the largest multinational naval exercise in the world. That is all you are required to remember. Next, something else also. Exercise Salaknib. Let us see what it is as well, because I do not know, obviously. Salaknib. He'll come. It'll usually come, but Salaknib, yes. Let us see. Is a massive multinational military drill conducted in Philippines by the Philippine Army and the US Army alongside Japan, Australia and New Zealand. Okay. Important. Very good. Is it the first time? Does it have a history? Is it first time? No, is not conducted for the first time. It is annual military held since 2015 and 2016. Okay. But 2026, it's the first time it is multinational. Japan, Australia participated, largest scale ever, largest iteration in its history. Its history, not in the entire history. Okay. Next. Center approves Chennai Intelligent Transport System. What is this? This is not important, as I believe. What is this? International Cooperation Agency, Japan. Contract 530 crores, L&T, ITS. Adaptive traffic signals. Oh, that is nice. Okay, this is something related to traffic signals. That is all you are required to remember. Intelligent transport system related to road. And Japan is involved. So Chennai, Japan involved. L&T is also involved. That is all you are required to know. This will be relevant for UPSC. If you are writing SSC or some other such related exams, that's where it is important. Next, Telangana deploys AI in emergency response. That is all. Just remember AI is used. CBI launches Operation Chakra 6 against digital arrest. So I hope you guys know what is digital arrest. We already discussed it. Shell companies and mule bank accounts. Oh my god, so many words. What is a shell company? What is a mule bank? Shell company is a fake company. Again, mule bank is again useless bank accounts used to receive and transfer illicit funds on behalf of others. Okay. So Operation Chakra 6 against, so you have to remember Chakra 6 by CBI Chakra 6 for what? For digital frauds. So these three words are important here, and from this you should be able to derive any other point from the questions. Next. Loading. India 2036 Olympic bid process to conclude in 2029. Okay, we will see it later. Offers assistance. Yes, I told you we might offer assistance. Bolke. So we also discussed that it is in the Caribbean plate and the South American plate in the middle of it, and the capital is Caracas. What did we name? Anything? Did we name it? And I told you Delcy Rodriguez is the current president, and I told you about Maduro, and I told you about Machado and the whole Nobel Prize issue. Okay, your post, you are required to go. Okay, India's Netra final operation, we talked about this already. Pharma Jan Samdhan and Pharma Sahi Dam integrated. Okay, so two things are integrated. This most probably will not be a question. Next, MOSPI Gram Policy Research Fellowship launched. So there is some research fellowship you can join. India EU Human Rights Dialogue held in New Delhi. Very good. So India and EU Human Rights Dialogue. We also had a CETA and CEPA, and again India is trying a lot to have a good rapport with European Union. Even on the G7 meeting that was held in France, on the sidelines of it, PM Modi has met the European Commission head and the European Commission and some other organization of the European Union's head. So I keep forgetting their names. Let me just check. European Commission and Council heads currently. One is a man, one is a female. Yes, Ursula von der Leyen is the president for European Commission, and Antonio Costa is the permanent president. Permanent in the sense current president of the European Council. And the current presidency is with Cyprus. Okay, you have to know the map also. Where is Cyprus? What is Project Hawkeye? So Project Hawkeye is a surveillance and security initiative launched in Anantnag. Okay. 35 nations sign AI opportunity statement at PAC Silica. We also had another discussion about PAC Silica recently. Some country had joined PAC Silica, which was interesting. So the second PAC Silica summit was held in Washington DC. 35 nations including India signed a joint statement. It was launched in December 2025 under Trump. And silence of AI impact. So there was this AI impact summit in New Delhi, and on its sidelines, India also joined. The initiative includes countries, joint statement, Nagaraj Naidu, la la la. Okay. Next, Mahesh Dixit appointed as the new Intelligence Bureau Chief. Remember, this is a guarantee question. Mahesh Dixit, new Intelligence Bureau Chief. India expands QR codes on critical medicine. Okay, very good. Under which act is important? Ministry notified amendments under drugs rule. Okay, under drugs rule. Jaishankar calls for stronger India-South Korean cooperation. So this happened at Jeju Forum. So there is something called the Jeju Forum. So Jeju Forum for Peace and Prosperity is a major international conference hosted annually in South Korea in the Jeju Island. That is all. Yeah, they might ask you deeper questions, but there is no much information about it. The first forum in 2021, sorry, in 2001, second, third, fourth, and the current forum is, no, there's no information only. See again, there's no much information about Jeju forum. We'll see other posts. What is Toshakana and how government gifts managed? 300 Toshakana gifts. What is it? 300 Toshakana gifts for public e-auction. The Ministry of External Affairs has opened 300 Toshakana gifts for public e-auction under revised Toshakana rules. What is this? The system for the receipt, valuation and disposal of gifts received by public officials. Okay. So why are they selling it? Includes Rolex Yacht Master. Oh my god. Silver dagger from Oman. Amazing. If it is only 2000, why not? Let's enjoy the auction, guys. Amazing. And the funds are going to, the proceeds from the auction are credited to Consolidated Funds of India. This is important. Consolidated Funds of India. Next. India sets records with 7 schools in world's best. We don't need this. Okay, again, you can use it as a stat for your means. Alright, we don't need it. China targets 50% non-fossil power by 2030. Okay, very good. India launches hub and spoke aviation model. You are required to know what is hub and spoke model. RBI proposes wider access for Indian money market. You are required to know what is a money market. India resumes regular tourist visits for Bangladesh. Important. So we are visiting Bangladesh. मतलब हिंदू मर गए उधर और कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता यहाँ. Andhra Pradesh approves treated wastewater reuse policy. That is already done, but okay. BRICS energy ministers reaffirm India UK CETA takes effect. We know that. APEDA facilitates. We also talked about this. Okay, this is today's news as well. Okay. So you can see in the AP issue, you have to know how water is treated. So you are required to know who treats the water, how the water is treated, what are the systems, sewage treatment plants, how they work. You are required to know all of it. And there is a new concept called Swarnandhra for 2040, like Viksit Bharat 2047. Andhra Pradesh also has a target now, that is the Swarnandhra 2047. BRICS energy meetings reaffirm energy security. We'll discuss again. So this is also 26th GK current affairs. Okay. So that is all, guys. Let's end it here. Bye bye.